Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show is all about promoting the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world. If there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005. A very warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. You're welcome to the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show, promoting the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers making a difference around the world. If there's a product you want to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005, or visit our website at www.tonyfernandez.co.uk. It's Black History Month here, so we have many initiatives lined up this month. But this week we're live here in Bradford, speaking to a very young gentleman doing an amazing thing. He's just set up a wonderful community initiative. He's also a data analyst, humanitarian, and has a very, very rich background. Studied artificial intelligence for his master's at the University of Bradford. Also has a computer science degree from the Obafemi Awolowo University in Nigeria, master's. And previously, he's also been the president of the Nigerian Students Association, Bradford, University of Bradford, and also part of the Students Union. So, Rotimi, it's lovely to see you in person. It's amazing month. How are you feeling today?
Well, I am very well, thank you, and thanks for the accolades. It was nice hearing you say, sometimes you don't even know what you've been doing with your life until they read it out for you. So I'm good, pretty weather today. And how are you today?
I'm feeling very well. I mean, from week to week, we move from city to city, as you know, if you watch the show sometimes.
Yeah.
But this week we're live here in Bradford, where you live. You've made Bradford your home.
Yes.
Uh, but for the benefit of all our listeners around the world, not just in Bradford, can you just tell us or tell them a bit about yourself, your background, and the things you're most passionate about in life?
Wow. Okay. Well, my name is Rotimi Olorunfemi. I am from Nigeria originally. Um, I'm from a very amazing home. My dad, my mom, my three siblings. I think I don't, I don't really know how to do all of these things, but what I'm most passionate about is touching lives, reaching out to people, helping people. I'm very passionate about young people, and that stemmed from my upbringing, my parents. They instilled that virtue in every one of us. So always remember that we are just a product of grace, just a product of God's mercy. We're not better than the next person, so we should always give back to people. So seeing my parents do that, really stirred something inside of me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take it to the next level, take it internationally, impacting lives. So my background is basically that. And uh, you've talked about my university, so I don't need to repeat that. But I've been doing a lot of work in humanitarian activities. I've partnered with the UN, is it UNDP or UNFPA? I don't know which one now, on female genital mutilation in Nigeria. I think that was in 2016, 2017, if I can recall. We're trying to stop, females from getting mutilated in the southwestern part of Nigeria. So I've done lots of food outreaches, feeding those who, are low income earners or don't even have a means of livelihood. So I've done a lot of stuffs like that. I've also done here in the UK, litter picking campaigns, art exhibition. I mean, the bottom line is anywhere you find impacting people, turning the lives of people around positively, you will find Rotimi there.
Beautiful. And Bradford is also a very colorful chapter of
Mm.
your life as well. It
Yeah.
brings out a different season in you.
Mm.
What was the journey like moving to Bradford? What enables that journey? I don't think it was quite an easy one.
No, absolutely not. No, 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 it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, like every other person who migrated from Nigeria, you know that it's quite expensive. That is why I always, call for respect, like because it's not easy for anyone to leave his home country and move into a new country to start all over. It's not child's play. It wasn't easy, but I think for me in 2022 or 2021 going 2022, I just realized that it was time for me to move. As a young boy, I've always known that I wasn't going to be an ordinary child. I always had it in my head that I was going to be different. I was going to be global. I was going to be international. So it was just that drive I had as a young guy. And so at that point in 2020, I felt like, okay, I think it's now time to go international. It's time to, impact my world. I can't keep doing that in Nigeria. I need to, go out of Nigeria. And thankfully, God made it possible because it wasn't by my strength. So God made the resources available. And I remember when I was on the plane, I told myself, do you actually want to do this? I didn't know what I was going to meet when I arrived Bradford. And I chose Bradford because number one, haven't read. I got admission into about 7 to 8 universities in the UK, but I chose Bradford because I don't know, Bradford has this diversity that you don't get to see in every other city in the UK. And it felt like home. It felt close to something that I was enjoying in Nigeria, based on what I had read. And the course I was coming to, applied AI and data analytics, and of course, the University of Bradford, it just felt right. It just felt Bradford was it. And up to this moment, I've had not a day regret moving to Bradford. Bradford is my second home. I don't think I want to leave here anytime soon.
That's fantastic. I mean, a lot of people who move here sometimes when you move into new environments, sometimes there's even a spiritual feel about
Yeah.
a place that could remind you about something from your past. But
Mm.
moving here into Bradford now, you've achieved so much. In that process, what have you learned about yourself and how has that changed you as a person?
Well, absolutely. You're very right when it comes to the spiritual part. I believe so much in the power of God and Jesus Christ. So I'm always led by the Spirit. And there is nothing I find myself doing that I don't speak to God about. And that's been like my driving force. And one thing that I've learned in my time here in Bradford is that you will need people. As you can't just walk in isolation, and you're not the only person that has your idea. And another thing I've learned is that people are always willing to help, and it's so beautiful because I mean, like people like you, I remember the first time I met you, and I was blown away by your humility, I must say, because what you're doing is not easy. Trust me. And having people like you who would always open their doors, if you have any idea, no one is trying to take your idea from you. Everyone is trying to see how they can help you achieve your dreams and all that. So I think that's one thing that's actually stood out for me since I moved to Bradford. And I think another thing I've learned about myself is that I used to I used to think I love helping people, right? I know I do,
Mm.
but I think Bradford really stretched me in that capacity. Like a lot of things I've done, a lot of things I've taken from people, all in the name of helping them. Sometimes I'm like, wow, so you can actually do this, and it has opened another level of capacity for me in terms of helping young people. And I mean, like you said, I just started my initiative. This is something that Bradford inspired me to do. Yeah, so and looking at other people who are doing great things, you just want to, keep the flag flying, basically.
And we're
So,
going to be talking about your initiative very shortly. But
okay.
I'm just thinking aloud now. In the last 2, 3 years, there's been lots and lots of Nigerians
Yeah.
moving into Bradford. What is the lesson for Nigerians moving into Bradford? How important is it for them to integrate with other communities?
Well, it's I always say this. You cannot actually survive as a Nigerian or even any individual outside of a community. Community is very, very important. And it was one of the reasons why I ran for president of Nigerian Student Society then, because I wanted to build a community. My mantra then was home away from home. And I mean, you can't overemphasize that point. You can't live in isolation. It is very important for you to integrate yourself with other people. I know back home everyone likes to be on their own, mind their business. I don't want people to know what I'm doing. But here you actually need to interact because information is key in the UK. I mean I can't overflog it. It's just basic. So to anyone, who has just arrived in the UK, from anywhere in the world, the first thing you need to do is you need to find a community, either a community of people from your, where you're from, or maybe your field. If you are in any field, find people in that area, just network with people basically. So it's very important you integrate to any community you find yourself. I mean, I can't emphasize that, to be fair.
Now, before we talk about your new initiative, which
Yes.
I'm sure is going to be very amazing, when you reflect back now in the last 2, 3 years, what
Mm.
would you say are the most successful stories in Bradford that you're really proud of?
My story or stories generally?
Your stories, and maybe people's stories are also part of your stories as well, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, wow, there are, there are a lot, but I think one of my standout, what's it called now? Story is when I became the Nigerian student president. It was number one, I pushed myself. I'm the kind of person that I like to be behind the scene. But I pushed myself out, and winning that election then and having to do what I did, in that short time, the impact that myself and my team, because it wasn't just about me, were able to achieve, and the recognition I got from the University of Bradford Union of Students and even the university, it was amazing. And I was awarded the with the UBU award for the year 2023. And that was one of my most humbling moments because I never realized how much I had impacted the lives of people and how much a lot of people knew me. I was just doing my thing, and people were watching. And having been called out to win that award, I told myself I'm not going, like, there's no way I'm going to do less. So that particular story, encouraged me. And then winning the student union election in 2023, being one of the very few Black people to have become a sabbatical officer at University of Bradford. I mean, it's a huge milestone for me personally. And, to think that that victory inspired a lot of Black people to go for more positions within the university and even other universities across the UK. I heard people text me in my DM, oh, your victory really inspired me to run for a role in my university. I mean, if a Black person could do this, I could do. So stuff like that really inspired me. And generally, I think I'm so proud of what Nigerians and Black people are doing in Bradford. I was at the October 1st flag racing, and when the mayor of Bradford was talking about some of the initiatives that a lot of Black people were doing, I was so blown away. Like it's amazing to see Black people really making a difference. And I must say this year that I am so proud of every Black person who is making a difference. It's something I'm so proud about, and I'll always keep supporting, definitely.
And
And
it's
of course, the City of Culture. Yeah, I'm proud of that.
City of Culture, and it's so important for you to say things like this in Black
Yeah.
History Month as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So let's talk about this, your brand new initiative. Just tell
Yeah.
the listeners around the world more about this initiative and also your launch events coming up next month here at the University of Bradford.
Yes, so the Rotimi Olorunfemi Initiative, also known as TROI, is a non-profit organization, and is we are sold out to empowering young people, young individuals. Emphasis on young is because they are the future. We are the future. So let it not look like I'm not young. So, and I believe that our generation is like it's a very important generation because the older generation are gradually leaving us. One day most of them retire. We are taking the next mantle, and we cannot afford to hand it over to people who are not ready for leadership, people who have not been transformed in their mind, how they think. So this is why TROI was established. So our motto is empowerment, impact, and community. Uh, we know there are a lot of people that do empowerment stuffs and all that, but one thing I've come to realize is that there are so many empowerment programs, so many empowerment initiatives, and once that happens, everybody goes their separate ways. But for TROI, it's more of if we have an empowerment program, we're not just going to leave the young people to figure out their stuff. So we are going to make sure we mentor them. So it's a very intentional program that we are setting up for young people. Is very intentional, and we are open to collaboration. I've started speaking to a lot of people, collaborating. It's all about people at the end of the day. We have our maiden event coming up on the 9th of November 2024 at the Small Hall University of Bradford. It's called the Stand Out event. The name Stand Out is basically for people who want to make a difference, standing out in your area, standing out in your field, standing out in wherever you find yourself, just dare to be different positively, because we don't want people being different negatively. So that's what the event is all about. It's about learning, it's about networking. We'll be having seasoned speakers, coming to speak. We have the Lord Mayor of Leeds, in person of Councillor Abigail Marshall Katung, as our keynote speaker, and the Pro Vice Chancellor of the University of Bradford for EDI, Professor Udia Chiborong, is also part of our keynote speaker. And we have panelists who will also be sharing their expertise, their experience to younger generation. And it's all about that. It's something that you shouldn't miss because it is absolutely free. And after the event, we're not going to leave you. We're going to follow up with you, see how you're doing, and we're already creating a model to do that. So yeah.
We know it's a free event. So where can people get their tickets? That's the first thing.
Okay.
And how can people reach you as well?
Oh, I operate or I practice the open door policy, so you can reach me at any time. You can reach out to Mr. Tony, my daddy, it can give you my details. But I am on Instagram at the King Timmy. That is TheKingTimi. So that's the King Timmy. And for TROI, it is at TRO Initiative. So just TRO Initiative. So you can reach me or the organization on that platform. I don't know what else. Maybe if you want my email, if you can reach us on email too. But those are like the fastest. So for email, it is info at TROI. That's info at troinitiative.org. Info at troinitiative.org. So you can reach me. And for the ticket, it's on Eventbrite. That's if you search for standout on Eventbrite, you see it, but the links are also out. It's on our bio on TROI Initiative Instagram page. So it's on our bio. You can click it and you can register for free.
Okay. And what we'll do is that we'll put your email address at the bottom of the screen as well.
Okay.
On a very final note, Rotimi, what message do you have for all our listeners around the world today? It's Black History Month, so mostly our Africans and Caribbeans around the world.
Firstly, I want to say I am proud to be Black. I am so proud to be Black, and I think every Black person should be proud to be Black. I know there's been a lot of experience that we've had that has not been too good, but we'll keep fighting. Black people are known for resilience and stand tall, be bold, go for it. Don't let anything put you down because you're Black, we're strong, we're bold, we're beautiful, we're brilliant. We are always amazing wherever we find ourselves. And please, please, please keep spreading love. Stop spreading hate. We are all human beings first before we are anything else. Before religion, before whatever it is you are first a human being. And humanity to me is the greatest religion. So please show love, show kindness. And I really hope that the world becomes a better place because of you.
And keep up the amazing work you're doing at the moment.
Thank you so much.
We will definitely catch up with you soon, and God bless you. Keep shining all the way.
Thank you, sir. God bless you too.